Well, it says we're live. We'll see. Give it just a minute to see if things begin to actually show up as us being live. Begin to actually show up as us being live. Begin to actually show up as us. And yes, we are. Well, hello everybody. I wasn't actually planning on coming out here today. By the way, I'm old Pastor Bill, the Patriot preacher. Prepping preacher. That's me. Yep. As I said, I wasn't planning on being out here today. Today is actually in Sarah's 41st anniversary, and I was really just spending more time at home today in the house. Yeah, I know I'm retired and I spend time in the house anyways, but we've been in there. We did go to town and got some Arby's and came back and we've had lunch and we played cards. And I wasn't planning on doing this video at all today. I was hoping there'd be no need for it. Well, actually there was already a need. I mean, we know that the Teamsters strike took place at midnight. It's going on all across the East Coast and even down to through Texas. All of the eastern and southern seaboard, is shut down. There'll be nothing coming through that as far as shipping. So that's going to affect the United States in ways that, well, I mean, they estimate like $40 billion, I think, daily in shipping that will not be coming into the United States. So ships will be backed up. I mean, it'll be backed up until this thing is settled, and who knows how long. Or they can go down and get through the Panama Canal and come on around to the West Coast and maybe unload there. But that will mean drastic increases in prices as well. So anything coming from Europe, is just not really going to be available. Or anything coming from China, pretty well, is not going to be available to us for a good while. Who knows how long? Just depends. And I mentioned it before, what they're wanting basically is a 50% pay increase. That's what they want. I mean, when's the last time you got a $35 an hour raise? Because that's what they're asking. That's what they want. $35 an hour more. So they want to be up to $69 an hour for their contracted labor. I don't know about you, but I never made anything even close to what they're wanting just in a raise. I've never made close to what they make now. I'm just saying that it's going to affect everyone. This thing that you have in your pocket, this thing, plan on that not being very full. Plan on that bank account not being very full. If you thought that Bidenomics was already bad, wait till this hits. And it's not alone. There's all the hurricane that's going to drive the prices through the roof. Heard the price of oil has already gone up today, and that's just from the hurricane and from speculation on what this longshoreman strike is going to do. The Teamsters Union, yeah, it's more than just the longshoremen. It's Teamsters. So yeah, there'll be nothing moving. I'm just saying that. We were told to expect us an October surprise. Well, guess what? That strike started on October the 1st. It started at midnight last night. You say, boy, that's a terrible thing to happen. It is. Following on the heels of the hurricane and the floods and every kind of a disaster that you can think that's associated with that. Power outages, water outages. There have been dams that have ruptured, dams that are still imminently failing, and more massive floods coming. And now the Teamsters and the longshoremen are on strike. And this is all just the 1st of October now. You think, boy, it can't get no worse. Well, if you've had your head buried in the sand today, that's probably what you're thinking. But you know what? It has got worse. Yeah, we've been listening to a little bit of what's going on today. We heard earlier this morning that Iran had made a public declaration of war against Israel and that they were going to fire some ballistic missiles at Israel. They were expecting them to take up to an hour, 45 minutes or an hour before anything could hit. Now, that was earlier this morning. But as of what I just witnessed on YouTube, watching some different channels, apparently between 400 and 500 ballistic missiles have been launched from Iran and targeted everywhere in Israel. They have spread it out. It's not just a one specific target. It's spread out all over Israel. And the threat continues to grow. More and more are coming in. And these aren't all being intercepted. Now, you're not going to be able to find out exactly how many have struck, but we've even on watching these other YouTube channels have seen many that have struck. Yeah, they got through the Iron Dome and they are hitting Israel. Many places in Israel. Israel is under attack by Iran. A public declaration of war was issued by Iran. And now we already know what's going on with Israel. They had started a ground attack into Lebanon to go after more of the Hezbollah. And the fighting in Gaza is still, or the Gaza area is still going on against Hamas. And the Houthis are firing into Israel. The Lebanese are firing into Israel, saying that it's the Hezbollah. But now Iran is attacking Israel. Russia has, according to what we've heard, now it's uncorroborated, but Russia is apparently sending cargo planes to Iran. Several of the large cargo planes supposedly were spotted, and they are going to Iran. So they're supplying more military might for Iran, more munitions, more warheads, more whatever. Israel has promised a significant response to Iran's attack. We'll see how significant that it is and just exactly how far that this escalates, because it is a public declaration of war. Oh, I know, the United States, all of the European Union, all these other countries, the UN, all are condemning Israel and telling them basically that you don't need to defend yourself. Just be quiet and let it go. Well, that's not going to happen. I mean, we knew that all along. It's not going to happen, and it never should happen. A country has the right to defend themselves from annihilation. And that's what these Islamist countries have declared all along, that Israel would be annihilated. You know, there was another country that one time said that and tried their best to make it happen. And millions of Israelis were murdered mercilessly. They were executed. That cannot be allowed to happen again. Israel has a right to defend itself. And we as Americans must be in support of Israel. I'm just saying that. Yeah, I know what all this means. I know it. I've been reading this Bible for a long time, and I know what it says will happen. If you come against Israel and you try to destroy them, it's not going to be Israel that gets destroyed. So we see what's happening in prophecy today being unfolded before our eyes. This very plainly, I want to make it understood. This is the Psalms 83 war. It's going on right now, and it has been for a little while. But this will not be the end of that. Psalms 83 war will continue to grow, and it will eventually blend in to the Ezekiel 38, but that time is not yet. But it's getting closer, folks. I'm just coming out here today to give you a heads up. Right here in the United States, we're about to see a lot of major changes taking place. This is October the 1st. November is coming up. If we get to have an election at all. What would stop us from having an election? That's what you say, right? That's what you ask. What would keep us from being able to have an election, Pastor? It's that time. Well, martial law can. And if a third world war is in the making and we become involved in it, martial law will be declared. And this socialist regime, this new liberal world order, will stay in power. And that's exactly what they want. They want that more than air. They can't stand the idea of losing and giving up power because they have put in decades laying the plans for exactly what's taking place right now. And they will not stop. They've tried to assassinate the legitimate president of the United States. Yes, I said that. They've tried to kill him probably 3 times now. Oh, they claimed that, that third one wasn't real. That was just a practice, somebody practicing, teaching a dog, how to spot bombs. I don't believe them. I don't believe anything that they say. How can you believe them when they are obviously guilty of treason? I'm just saying it. Now, you can get mad at me and click off and unsubscribe and have a little hissy. I don't care. Do what you think you gotta. But you better be paying attention to what's going on in our world today. Today, October the 1st, 2024. You better be paying attention because things are about to light up. That's what it's looking like. And I wouldn't be surprised at anything right now. I'm just saying. You might ought to go on down to the store, gather you up some stuff. You might ought to go on down to the gas station and fill her up. Get you a few cans full of gas. Be ready for what's coming. And if nothing happens, Hey, at least you bought groceries at a little cheaper price. And you bought gas before it went back up another dollar or more, because it will go up more, believe me. Or you can just say that I'm an idiot. I'm an old conspiracy theorist, and you don't believe anything that I say. But you've been warned. You've been told. And I'm not doing it out of meanness. I'm doing it because I care what happens to you. And I want to see you and your family taken care of, your friends, your loved ones. I want to see you taken care of. And if you think that the government's going to do that, go on down to some parts of the United States where the hurricane went through and see just how well they're taking care of them. Because there's still a whole lot of people in a whole lot of hurt, and they ain't seen or heard anything from the government yet. No FEMA, no nothing. The only help they've got is from individuals like you and me, brothers and sisters in Christ, neighbors, friends, family. That's the kind of help that they get. And that's the kind of help that always comes first into a community. So look for your family. Take care of them. Look after them. Be ready for what's coming. Prep and Preacher out.